Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about massive news of Hedera potentially being at the center of a billion-dollar partnership and industry. So before we talk about the main story today, I'd like to show you a clip from the HBAR Bull's YouTube channel where he went into detail and he spoke to the Carbon Base founder about how his organization is set to directly harness and utilize Hedera's network for their very own use cases and what this will mean for the overarching carbon industry.
So what we are doing with this partnership is actually we're building one of the first completely on-chain blockchain implementations of a carbon registry. And for those of the audience who are not familiar with this, this is kind of the cornerstone of the entire carbon market. Is actually the idea of a registry. There are 4 of them in the world today that are of scale. 3 of them based in the United States, 1 of them based in Switzerland, and based in Hong Kong. We hope to build actually the world's 5th registry and make that the first digital on-chain version. The other 4 are running on traditional databases. And I think this taps into Hedera's kind of core strengths, right? On one hand, you have a very strong set of large enterprise validators that have most of them committed to aggressive climate change goals. So this is already something part of their corporate strategy and something that their board of directors cares about. A second piece, and this comes from my own experience in institutional finance, is actually this is where huge money flows are going to go in the next few years, right? China alone is going to have to spend between $17 to $25 trillion to meet the climate change solutions. US is probably a similar scale, about 25 trillion or so. And then the other countries collectively probably need to spend maybe 100 to 150 trillion. So that's a lot of money, right? The crypto market cap today is, let's say, $1.5 trillion. And the green bond market actually already issued today is also $1.5 trillion. So I think people who are sort of not that deep into this may not have seen the size of scale investment that climate change requires. And I think this is where this gets really exciting. How do we actually show to the larger, let's call it real world economy, that blockchain is here for something more than just speculation? It's actually addressing kind of the key philosophical human societal issues, climate change kind of being the forefront of that. I think this is where these 2 worlds are going to meet together. And we're very excited to work with Hedera and Hedera's extended ecosystem to actually make that match happen. And we believe, after spending so much time with all these important stakeholders, that Hedera actually has the perfect DNA, perfect kind of community to make that happen as well.
So as mentioned in the clip, Carbon Base have actively utilized Hedera's network for procedures surrounding the registration of carbon emissions and offsets. So the main reason as to why this organization have chosen to build and base their offerings on Hedera is due to the innate qualities and benefits Hedera's network comes and is associated with, where Hedera's network comes with a number of benefits in terms of its high TPS and its highly attractive tokenization mechanism, where, especially in terms of its TPS, the network can validate and process a significant amount of transactions at any given time. And this is all compounded with its tokenization engine, where it only costs a few cents to actively create and mint an NFT through, again, the utility of the Hedera network. And as a result, the likes of Carbon Base can take on the benefits of Hedera's network, especially Hedera's tokenization service, to create carbon offsets and carbon tokens to represent carbon emissions created and produced by certain companies which choose to utilize Carbon Base. So very exciting for Hedera, and we spoke about this story quite extensively yesterday. So if you want to look at how this development could impact Hedera in greater depth, check out yesterday's video. It goes into a lot of depth about how this development will affect Hedera and what this could mean for HBAR token holders. Okay, let's talk about the main story today. So today I'd like to talk about how the Hedera Governing Council member, servicenow, is set to collaborate with a number of companies in view of improving network transactions, where servicenow has integrated with Hedera's Now platform to enable high-grade security for internal cross-organization network transactions. So, coupled with servicenow already having a direct affiliation with Hedera and already actively using Hedera, servicenow has actually launched a new program known as AI Lighthouse, where the AI Lighthouse program will see servicenow work alongside Accenture and Nvidia, where this direct collaboration is in view of building early progress for the generation of AI use cases. And it's not set in stone as of yet, but there is some speculation that this development could directly harness and leverage Hedera's consensus service and tokenization service. So this article here from the ServiceNow website goes into a bit more depth in regards to how this initiative will play out and how ServiceNow can leverage the benefits of potentially Hedera's network for a number of use cases, and how the AI Lighthouse program will function and will facilitate AI use cases, again through the utility of Hedera's network. So very exciting, and it will be interesting to see how this plays out and how ServiceNow and whether ServiceNow choose to utilize and implement Hedera's network into their very own use cases, and how this could affect the likes of the partnership between ServiceNow, Accenture and Nvidia. So the article went into a bit more depth and actually highlighted to how ServiceNow is utilizing Hedera's network, where again ServiceNow have actually created a software platform known as Now Platform, where Now Platform is a, again, software application which is actively built and based on Hedera. And due to Now Platform being based on Hedera, the offering utilizes the innate qualities attached to Hedera, especially Hedera's high TPS, its scalability and its cost effectiveness. So all of these innate qualities makes Hedera a highly attractive proposition and option to create an option surrounding software applications, especially when compared to legacy infrastructure, where when utilizing legacy infrastructure, there is a number of drawbacks and limitations, especially surrounding the lack of ability for actions and information to be logged more securely on databases at immutable rates and levels and cost effectively. And this is all overcome through the utility of DLTs, including Hedera in this example. So it's very exciting, and it goes to show the innate qualities and benefits Hedera's network is equipped with, and how these qualities makes it ideal for a number of use cases, in this example tokenization activities and the utility of Hedera's network for software applications. So Hedera's offerings isn't limited to ServiceNow's Now Platform infrastructure, where Hedera is also implemented and utilized by Toko, where Toko is a tokenization engine created by the Hedera Governing Council member DLA Piper, where similar to how Now Platform utilizes Hedera's network for software application activities, Toko also uses Hedera's consensus and tokenization service for the minting of NFTs, or just general tokens, to represent given goods which are stored and verified on Toko. So with the Hedera Governing Council members actively utilizing Hedera's network for a number of use cases, in this example tokenization activities and software applications, it goes to show how versatile Hedera's network is, and how the likes of the highly esteemed organizations which have an affiliation with Hedera are actively using and implementing the benefits Hedera's network provides. So very exciting, and it goes to show how impressive Hedera's network is, and how these innate qualities could make Hedera a highly attractive proposition for a number of stakeholders across a number of industries for years to come. Yeah, so this article here, provided by the Hedera team on the official Hedera website, goes into a bit more detail and depth about why Now Platform chose to leverage and utilize Hedera's network, most notably again due to the transaction capacity and the immutability and the trust associated with the overarching Hedera network. So in regards to the immutability surrounding Hedera's DLT infrastructure, the immutability means that when information is actively logged on Hedera's network, in this example by ServiceNow, indirectly through ServiceNow, through its Now Platform infrastructure, these offerings and use cases mean that Hedera is highly attractive and is ideal for benefits associated with the creation and minting of tokens, again through the utility of Hedera's tokenization service in a secure manner. So again, another reason, and the main reason as to why ServiceNow have turned to Hedera for this initiative. And ServiceNow is actually one of the biggest software application engines on the marketplace, so it goes to show the trust this organization has with Hedera and what this could mean, especially in regards to utilizing Hedera's network for developments involving software applications and the minting of NFTs. So the following article goes into further depth in regards to the initiative I was initially referencing to, where again ServiceNow is teaming up with a few other organizations in its AI platform Lighthouse development. So this development is centered around AI protocols. So it'll be interesting to see whether ServiceNow do choose to leverage and implement Hedera's network into this development. But again, time will tell. but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. So furthermore, I'd like to show you a diagram I recently came across, which I find quite interesting, where I think the majority of us know that Hedera was actually at the center of a stablecoin initiative between 3 financial bodies across varying nations, where the Hedera Governing Council member Shinhan Bank, coupled with some other financial bodies in Thailand and Taiwan, actually collaborated and actually utilized Hedera's tokenization service for stablecoin initiatives, where Hedera's network was at the center of enabling and providing stablecoin utility and the transferring of assets and value through the utility of stablecoins minted on Hedera between these financial bodies. So the direct utility and the provisioning of stablecoins by Hedera by these financial bodies is extremely attractive and extremely bullish for Hedera's network. And the main reason as to why these financial bodies, including most notably Shinhan Bank, chose to utilize Hedera's network is due to the innate qualities and the benefits this initiative brought about, where when stablecoins were transferred between the mentioned financial bodies, the transactions only cost $0.05 and the transaction validation time amounted to 2.5 seconds per transaction. And the operating system surrounding the utility of Hedera's network for stablecoin initiatives were operational for 24/7. So these key characteristics is in stark contrast to the utility of more traditional infrastructure, where, especially in regards to the banking sector is only open for a specific period during the week, and this is compounded with transaction capacity verification taking potentially hours, and the transaction costs, especially surrounding the sending of funds and datasets between varying financial bodies and even banks, take a long time and is very expensive. So these are the main intrinsic qualities and features which makes Hedera an ideal proposition for banking services and stablecoin initiatives. So very exciting for Hedera, and the following article goes into a bit more depth in regards to how this initiative played out, and I'll include this link in the description below so you can have a better read and understand how this development could impact Hedera and HBAR token holders. So again, this tweet just basically demonstrates how Hedera was at the center of the stablecoin remittance development, and the remittance pilot was actually successful. So it goes to show how effective Hedera's network is and the ideal nature surrounding Hedera, and this all goes back to the innate qualities and benefits Hedera's network is equipped with, and due to these innate qualities, Hedera has brought about a number of extremely exciting numbers, especially in terms of its transaction validation and the amount of accounts active on the mainnet, where only within the last 24 hours over 130 million transactions have been authorized on Hedera, and the finality rates surrounding consensus of these transactions amounted to 5.64 seconds. So all around very exciting in regards to the number of initiatives and developments centered on Hedera and what these initiatives and developments will mean for the overarching Hedera network and for the number of stakeholders which are choosing to directly utilize Hedera's network for further initiatives, including the Hedera Governing Council member servicenow. What are your thoughts on Hedera? Are you bullish on Hedera's utilities by its Governing Council members? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching Crypto Clan. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.